Hello guys, welcome to Doublekoradio, and that was Simba. What the hell does that even mean? What was that? We are live but not live from a New York lobby like we were doing before, but since this whole pandemic thing, there's been weird stuff going on with my neighborhood usually, but then neighborhoods area started feeling it too, where the internet just keeps dropping and keeps being really inconsistent for us. So we kept pushing back the days for our podcast, and we're kind of done with trying to figure that out. So we're not gonna do. We're just gonna not do them live. The thumbnail thumbnail will be a lie for a couple weeks maybe, but we're gonna try and do a couple more things because there have been more topics coming up, and we're kind of piling on the topics instead of just pumping them out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And internet sucks. That's it. You know, if you're home, you're suffering, trying to watch a YouTube video, it takes forever. You know, then play the ad.
Yeah, it's rough, but you know, I had this idea for this being here live at a lobby in case people want to pop by in the same lobby or in the chat they want to talk to us. But for right now, we're gonna have to take it old school with the podcast and go back to recording, and then hopefully sometime in the future we can go back to getting it normal. So what we want to talk about today is our impressions on Zooey, the last DLC for season 1, and then kind of our quick impressions on the patch. And to be honest, David and I have had a lot of other things to do this past month, so we're probably gonna just kind of hit the surface a little bit, give our views on some things. But well, you know, Final Fantasy came out, everything else stopped. There's been a weird For Honor resurgence.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fun.
You know, like there's just been a lot of other stuff in the works, but so we don't get to play the game as often as
maybe you guys.
We like. Yeah, that we'd like to, I guess. You know, it'll still be here.
Yeah,
but
it's gonna be better. Like, look now we have new characters, dude.
Yeah, look, we look adorable.
Wasn't a Disney show called Zooey?
I don't know.
Something like that.
I don't watch Disney shows.
You do. Stop playing.
I don't watch Disney shows.
You do.
I don't. Tell me a Disney show that I watch.
Zooey.
I don't even know what the hell that is. You know, when I watched Disney shows back when there was like
it was Britney
DuckTales. Yeah, what was the other one? Tailspin, Rescue Rangers, cool. Super old school stuff. That's when I watched Disney shows. I didn't watch like anything from those the Disney Channel, all those live action things.
I'm about to say something very controversial. DuckTales, the only thing good about DuckTales is the intro.
Nah, chill, B. Gizmo Duck. Gizmo Duck.
He had his own show. Didn't he have his own show?
They had to. He was too OD.
Yeah. He branched out.
Gizmo Duck. And he guest starred in Darkwing Duck.
Yeah, of course.
He's too good. He had to be everywhere.
Anyway, Zooey.
Yeah, so Zooey. So there's a lot of stuff.
Everyone likes her.
There's a lot of stuff going on with Zooey in terms of lab work and stuff just working with her.
Yeah, I think the first impression was that, oh, this character feels fresh. That everyone was like, oh, this character, they keep discovering things instead of being like, oh, I just know what this character can do in the first 5 minutes, you know?
Yeah, and for me, it feels like she's kind of like a different, like, what it looks like to me is like the way she plays is kind of like a amped up version of Fairy when it comes to like getting the high-low mix-up 50-50 situations, because Fairy can do it with Gigi, but this person Zooey has like the dragons, she has her specials, and then off of that she gets more consistent damage off of it too. The only thing I say is like she doesn't have this girl's range to be able to, like, that's where it kind of differs on how you get the mix up.
Yeah, she's definitely very mid and close range fighter, right?
Yeah.
But what I like is this character feels like the perfect choice for the last character of the season. You know, if this character would have come out early, it probably wouldn't have that impact that it had now, right? I think this character came out at the right time because Vegeta plays very similar to another character. Sora is very kind of straightforward, right? Like how you play with him. So.
And even Narmaya, the character that switches stances, is just kind of like it's still like right? It's like the mindset doesn't completely change when you switch stances. You still have a type of attack. DP, you still have a type of forward moving attack, you still have a type of, you just kind of gain less forward movement and more aerial movement than in the other one. But it's still like, you know, it's still button special, basically.
Correct. It wouldn't be hard to figure it out. Let's put it out, right? And then Soy coming out now at the end of the cycle of this first season. I think it fits right. You know, most people are maybe more experienced with the game or seeing how the game's been breaking. When I mean by that, as in out of the norms. You know, people exploring things for characters that they thought that there was nothing to explore. And then here comes Zooey already, very fresh with all these tools. That a lot of people say that the more the characters start releasing, the better they are, right? And I like that. You know, I like that the more they keep releasing new characters, it feels like more new tools instead of the same tools, different color, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's what Zooey at least is bringing or showing. So hello, ladies.
He said it's spelled laddies, so it's like little boys in like Irish, Scottish.
Well, he's not wrong.
Yeah.
I mean,
we big boys, son.
But no, yeah, that's what I feel that Zoe came perfectly. I mean, at the perfect time because of that, you know. And not only that, she plays different. She looks good doing it, which is something that I always take to heart into this game on how good they present their characters. And she looks great doing her stuff, man. The things that she represents, who she is. They even give her a move from a character from another game, very similar, which is Soul Bad Guy from Arc System games. And even if it's just a simple hit, people already got reminiscence to that, and that attached that familiarity, you know, to that character. So I think they hit a lot of great stuff with that character, and if they continue doing certain things like that moving forward, expanding and branching out more, I think very exciting.
To me, honestly, when I look at her, I feel like she's almost a Marvel character in this game. And that's mainly because of the dust loops and stuff. I just feel like that alone, I'm like, whoa. I think every character should have some version of dust loop or something. Like it just makes the game look a little bit cooler. Like that there's more juggling going on in the air and more conversions in the air. And she can convert a lot of damage off of so many things, like whether it be an anti-air or a grab or you know, like maybe like if you like shoot your dragon out and you could like shoot the dragon's laser and it's like forward and back kind of mix up too. Like she's all over the place. It's like
there's a lightning behind you, holding maybe, or in front of you, you know.
Yeah.
And a lot of people like that, right? That set play, that type of thing. It makes them feel accomplished. It makes them feel like there's a point in what they're playing. Oh, I'm playing to do this set play, and that's the thing, you know. One of the many things about, once again, Arc System game back in the day was the set play. Oh, what is the set play? What is the get-up mechanics? What are we doing here? And in this game, didn't feel like it had much of that, or not most of the cast had it. But she feels at home, right? She feels like people can understand what they're trying to do when it comes to doing the set play. Even though people were concerned that a puppet character, which is a character that you control another character with the same player, might be watered down in this version, since Granblue is more simplified, more accessible. But no, I think they did it right, dude. I think that dragon feels good, feels powerful. It doesn't feel useless. You know, it doesn't feel like, oh, this is dumb. Why would let me just press lie and do a super, you know?
Yeah.
It feels like you actually benefit a lot doing it, and things look out better for you in the match if you continue learning how to use that. Instead of being like an example, Soros has a move that activates and it feels completely useless.
Like it looks so much like you should be terrified when he activates his install, because then he gets access to the other super. But even that super, you have to stock throughout the match to make it dangerous.
Yeah,
so
and that alone is not even rewarding enough for what you get and the type of health that you get. So it doesn't feel. People have been playing swords without doing that, and that's totally fine. They go like,
yeah, because even
so weak.
Even with the character's faults, and I'll bring this up later when we get to the balance patch. Like, he still can delete you in two guesses.
No. So it's not like, once again, like Zooey using her dragons constant, that actually is rewarding for her.
Yeah.
It is rewarding. It puts pressure, it breaks mechanics, it opens up, it lets her attack or defends, So it feels worth it using it. So yeah. I like that. I like that they use the tools are worth it for a character. So and I think most of the people, at least that I saw on social media and everything, people were just excited doing stuff for her. Oh, look what I saw, look what I found, this.
Yeah.
And like you mentioned, the dust loop already. People being like, oh, and then everyone trying to find a way or 50 ways to do a dust loop.
Yeah, and one thing that's really impressive to me is that her specials can interchange so well in the combos. Like, you can start with the dragon, or start with the lightning, or start with something else.
Yeah.
Or if you get the juggle, you can do any one of those specials that you have handy, and which is really valuable in this game because all your specials aren't always accessible to you since there's cooldowns.
Oh, sorry for that. We have.
It's okay, dude. You sure that wasn't coming out of your body?
I hope not.
That doesn't sound healthy.
Healthy. Oh no. No, I agree. Especially movement management in this game is very important. I don't know. She feels good for being the position that they release her. At least that for me is the most impressive part of it. Let me see if I can close this one.
Alright.
There's like a billion cars outside.
Oh, because we shouldn't be. That's gonna be the new way to socialize. You stay in your car, but you're outside.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't give them ideas, please.
Don't give Brooklyn ideas. They'll find any reason to go outside.
Yeah. So once again, I think that's the most impressive part about this character is when it came out and what it can do. Because imagine if Vegeta was the last character then.
Yeah, just be like, okay, they'll be saying the same stuff, and it'll just kind of like not get everybody as excited for the next season. Because right now you're thinking, wow, these characters just keep building into their like uniqueness, a realm of other kinds of uniqueness. Now everybody's thinking, what other 6 unique characters, how they're gonna be, instead of going, man, I really hope.
They don't have another Vegeta.
I really hope. What's his name? Belial doesn't play just like Beelzebub for some reason,
Absolutely. It was still exciting. And then she came with a patch, right? She came with some balances. She came with
her characters in the lore.
Exactly.
She's about balance, so this should be the most balanced the game has ever been, right?
I hope so.
Up until this day, she brings balance to this universe.
So did she balance this game, or did she just made it more accessible?
I think it went in the right direction, and there are people mad about certain characters.
Ooh, really? No, I don't believe you.
Yeah.
Internet people bad?
Oh, that was sarcasm. I didn't pick up on it. You think we knew each other long enough that this wouldn't happen anymore?
I did it too smooth though. That's why.
Yeah. But for the most part, everything is going in a good direction. They didn't go too crazy, but they did try to control some of the sillier stuff in the game.
This is the second one they do, right? They did one before Zooey, right? It was a mini patch, they called it. And then they said the bigger patch, that's how they mentioned it.
Yeah, because the last one the most they changed was like kind of fixes to certain characters that had tools that didn't work how they wanted to, like Percival and what's her name, Zeta, Basaraga. Like those characters, excuse me, got like a better bump
anti-air.
into.
Yeah, correct. It feels like it was more anti-airs, to be honest, because everyone had a better anti-air.
Yeah.
And then they they just mentioned that it was gonna be a bigger patch, and it came with Zooey, which they're not lying, right? It came with a stage, it came with avatars,
like
it came with
the ones we have on right now.
Hell yeah, bunny girl, best girl, hashtag guys, let me know. No, not you. Sit down.
They're looking at me.
Oh my god! They are looking at you right now, bro. Shiny legs. And then a stage, characters, avatars, and all stuff. And then the changes they made in the game. I just think the better change they made for me is the way how the game reads the inputs. There was a lot.
Oh my god, the fucking dashes. For me, that was a huge one. Cause for me as a fairy player, like I'm already slow. My walk speed's slow. So if I knock you down and I feel like I want to dash at you and I miss my dash input, it was like really like in that moment of and like several times in those matches, I would just slump in my chair like, again.
But it happened to too many people. But I thought it was me too.
I thought it was me.
Maybe it's my controller. You know, top players. I don't know why I'm saying that, but it happened too much. And it will be a game decisive move too. Like you're like,
yeah.
But it was happening to everyone. Now they changed it that you have to press and hold. Like it's very specific. Like you have to be very specific to mess up, right? You have to press and hold to. Oh, wait, I move. Sit down, girl. You have to press and hold to do a specific move if you don't want to mess up by mistake doing another move, right? Like if you're doing a dragon punch motion forward and forward or something like that where you're dashing, you press and hold forward. I think something like that is.
Yeah.
And I think that changed a lot. I mean, that change is big, right? It's huge because we're talking about now how the game reads the inputs, and now you as the player need to adjust completely to that, you know. And like everyone else, some people liked it, some people didn't.
Yeah.
I think the one that didn't like it is the one that probably didn't suffer from it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be honest, overall it's meant for the game to read it better. So the idea behind it is good.
Yeah. And I think didn't we watch a streamer and they were having a issue relearning how you do DP?
Yeah.
Which is weird because I guess I was doing DP weird all my life because I had no problem.
Yeah, you were pressing
DP.
a button.
Hey! I had no problem pressing forward and R1 and circle.
Yeah, there's no problem with it. Yeah, I don't know how. Like, I don't get it. I don't know. I know.
I mean, everybody has their own weird issues with like directions and stuff. Everybody has like a weaker side, a stronger side, and all that other stuff. So every case is gonna be a little different. But for the most part, you know, if it's reading inputs better now, that's good.
It should be better. Yeah.
You got to be more precise. That's all.
At least that in the gameplay mechanics, that's cool. I wish they added more lobby stuff into the patch. You know,
like what kind of lobby stuff?
Like you'll be
songs?
able to spectate.
Spectating in lobbies would be really good.
You know, that would be great, but that's wishful thinking there. And then the changes they've made in the characters, in my opinion, they were okay, but I don't think it was game changing enough.
For
overall in the game.
Well, I don't think it should be right now, because like I don't think it ever is when they put a new character in and the game's only been around for a couple months. It's not like it's been around for like a year, and it's pretty easy to how do I say this? It's almost like a Samurai Showdown, like where it's easy to understand what's strong and what's weak. So I just don't think that much is super necessary right now. I think just the fixes is more the fix of like anything, like let's say when with people giving impressions to Zooey, right? Like if they're focused on more comparisons on other characters because other characters have stronger stuff, like, oh, she doesn't have an invul DP, she sucks. She doesn't have this, she sucks. You know, like they should think about more so like, is this character's game plan working? Like this move that was given to this character, does it work how it's supposed to work? That's the kind of stuff that I'm more worried about, because
not broken, correct.
Yeah, like because like let's say
as intended or not.
Yeah, like let's say the D.Va got a couple of nerfs, right? And for the most part, like, she's a grappler. It's hard for her to get in, and if she, reads you twice, you die. You're
almost dead. Yeah.
You're combusted. Yeah, like you're dead. But the thing is, some people were mad because Gran, who's not a grappler, has the same amount of damage output that she does, more or less. So where's like her? Like let's say Vasaraga too. Like her weaknesses and Vasaraga's weaknesses are clear, but the thing is, they're weaknesses for a reason, right? Because they definitely have really good strong points, and it's not about making them overall strong so that the character is overpowered just because other characters have those tools, right?
Correct. It could work.
It's like you have to get around certain game plans, right? And not just go, well, if I had this, that, the strongest character has, then I'll be cool. Yeah, but you're a grappler, or you're a zoner, or you're whatever other archetype. Maybe there are certain aspects of your character that are way stronger and more unique to your game style. Like I get it. I get all the stuff that fairy people are upset about. The only thing I'm thinking is she gets more hate because she's annoying to play against. Just like with D.Va, and that's you and me. We got a grappler, we got a zoner. We're annoying to play against in long run because we're mentally draining the people. But what people are also upset about is like the easier characters still being able to cash out, like the harder characters to play or to work around in the neutral and all that stuff when they're fighting another opponent. I think that's the main thing people were mad about in this patch. Other than that, I think the patch is pretty alright. Like, I don't know. I think it was safe, but I think it was alright.
True. Can they do more? They always can do more.
Yeah.
But they did something, right? The only point that I say that it's not enough is if they are to reduce certain things for certain characters and none to others, that doesn't sit well with me. And it's not that everyone needs a nerf, that everyone needs a buff, but if you're not gonna touch a character that maybe the tools are working perfectly for him, then maybe bumping up more the tools are not working out for them. And they kind of did that, but very tame.
Yeah.
Like, once again, not to be technical, but a character like Soares, the buff that he got, it helps his gameplay, but it doesn't incite you to use his tool, which is his super armor thing to do his...
Yeah, the thing that makes him the most unique.
Unique.
Right?
Correct. So, and that is my thing about it. Yeah, he does more damage, he can kill you easier maybe with that specific move. That's great for him. But that doesn't incite me to play what you guys maybe envision us to use his tools for, you know?
Yeah.
That's like, let's say, Fairy, once again, they nerfed the crap out of GG, right? Which is the thing that she throws to neutralize the gameplay. And then everything else is strong, so then you don't use GG. Then that's useless.
Yeah.
I hate characters that have useless abilities. Yeah, you can have weaker abilities, that's fine, but useless abilities, then I don't know. I don't think that's a balance. You get me? Then it's not a balance change. So that's what I want to see more.
And I personally, I feel like my cat, like, I was waiting to see what they would do to Fairy, depending on how much the community nerfed her for us, you know, like, because all the feedback they probably got, they were like, all right, we gotta do something about this character, because I feel like she's like up there. Of course, she was an S tier, but out of all those S tier characters, she had the worst matchup spreadsheet compared to them. Like, you can't tell me Cat had a bad like matchup.
Yeah,
I don't know where.
It was one-sided. It was very one-sided, right? It's either I destroy you, or
why, like, you know, Fairy has an invul DP, yes, but hers is the most unsafe DP out of all DPs. So, like, she had weaknesses. It's just she's really annoying to play against.
Yeah.
And I was ready for the nerfs. I'm fine with all the nerfs she got. That's fine.
But they did, you see, and once again, just backpedaling to what you said earlier, the patches still makes a lot of sense because look at Catalina. Catalina had, or not her, they made an adjustment that the proximity of hits, you can get hit out of them, which I like that. Because before you can just whiff attacks and you be safe, and you're like, but why should I not be doing this then? You know, if I'm never gonna get hit, or the chances of me getting hit is slim and the reward is so much higher, right? Like a counter to that, and then you hit, you know?
Yeah, all Gran and Catalina need. Well, I know Gran. I haven't seen much Catalina play after the patch, but Gran, he gets that hit. That's you're almost dead. If anybody's at 40% health and they get that one confirmed to that long combo,
or an anti-air, doesn't it?
Yeah. Corner carry, wall bounce,
corner
super,
carry.
dead.
But at least the change they made to how you can hit the hitbox, the hurt box of the characters when they're extending themselves. I think that's an overall change that, hey, it might nerf certain characters, but it's to fix the whole idea of how it should be, and I like that.
Yeah.
So maybe, like you mentioned, maybe this is just the second step to the grand finale to maybe make that big patch and change it. So then people can start crying, my character doesn't work.
Yeah. And they're definitely gonna have. I don't know if they're gonna decide to do a patch throughout the season where we're waiting for season 2 because it's all the way in the fall, the next patch. So if they don't, that'll give even more reason to do a considerable amount of changes when that first character drops for season 2.
If they release, might be because of something broken, like game-changing broken that is implemented.
Yeah, like if a bug. Yeah. Hey, you press this with these two characters and they fly off the screen.
Or they like Chun-Li in Street Fighter 5, you float and stuff like that. Or maybe they're releasing more stages in avatars.
Yeah.
I don't mind that.
Yeah, I'll buy them.
Yeah, we're getting a stage update, right? They mentioned with the Zooey, not stage, RPG update. They mentioned that with Zooey. We're gonna get 2 stages. Two story updates in the RPG mode. So yeah, maybe something that maybe in there we get another patch, a small patch, small adjustment, and preparing us for season 2. Speaking of season 2, do you feel? Well, you probably answered already, but do you feel that season 2 already is set in motion, like it's already set to what it is, or you think they're still open to feedback? It's still very early in it and there's a lot of changes that can be made.
I think the characters are chosen.
Okay, so there's no gonna be like Sakurai put Banjo, so they don't
we need Genos in Granblue Fantasy. You know, I think this is the one game where most people would be really upset that there's a guest character instead of...
Absolutely!
Because there's hundreds that they can choose. Hundreds. And then they pick... Why is So Bad Guy in this game?
Why is not this? It might...
Why is Heihachi Mishima?
Dude, people will be...
Who asked for M. Bison?
Furious. Real? Ugh. Yeah, I think that would be fair. I don't think there's gonna be guest characters, and to be honest, I don't mind them. I don't mind them at all. RoboCop guest characters.
Oh my god! Hey, Mortal Kombat got RoboCop. Let's get that big machine. What is it? Ed 09 or something? ED 09 900 something. That big walking tank. And that'll be like the new tank that was in BB Tag from Blitz whatever.
Oh my god. Oh, he could be
Camp,
like an RPG.
Whatever that name is.
Blitz tanks?
Blitz Camp.
Blitz tank? Whatever.
Yeah. That thing.
I think that if the character already said, that's fine. If there's no guest character, I think that's totally fine. I just hope that they're still open for feedback in terms of the gameplay. And it's not that it's a bad gameplay. It passed the honeymoon stage already and people are still playing it.
Yeah.
So that's
tons of people playing it online, even though the net code isn't as great.
Tournaments still on for online, obviously.
Yeah, online tournaments because we can't have the other kind of tournaments, and they're being successful, especially with he left. He was here earlier. Jeff the Hero was in this lobby. His tournaments are doing really well. Well enough that they separate East Coast from West Coast because they're so elaborate. Like they're big enough that.
Yeah. So that's a good sign. That means people still playing this game. Look at this lobby. It's cool. Just because we're here, obviously.
Yeah, they know. Oh, they're sitting at the what is that thing called? What is it called? No. Like where the captain steers the thing. I'm not a sailor. The mast? No, I don't. Whatever. Next thing.
Go to the timber. No. Put the shrimp on the bar.
Spin the wheel.
Anyway, what the fuck I'm saying? That if the character, the people are playing this game, it shows evidently people are still liking it. People are still excited enough that still want to put out tech in there for the game. So that's a good sign. And the speed that the Arc System and Bandai, whatever, they've been releasing this thing, I think they should continue, dude. I don't think they should stop or delay this. Obviously, well, for the pandemic, if they need to delay, they should. But I think they should keep the rhythm of how fast they were releasing these characters, you know, and maybe announce season 3. They should announce season 3 when they release season 2.
Yeah.
When season 2 comes out, they need to announce season 3. Absolutely.
I would do like 2 teaser trailers throughout the summer.
For season 4?
No, like just in general for the next season, like teaser trailer. Oh, you saw who's coming with Belial. Did you see?
No, they can't. They have to play it safe because the moment they show a hand, or whoever it is that is not Belial, people are gonna be happy and people are gonna be upset because it's not that one character.
I think like so Cutie had posted up a
picture question.
Yeah, like a post on the YouTube or whatever, and a lot of people responded to it, and there was a lot of people going, obviously these characters need to be in there, but if it were up to me, they have, like, a lot of people have their set lists of characters that they already go, these guys, we know they're gonna go in because they're way too popular, but I still would like these guys. And then the other half are choosing those popular characters. So I think there's gonna be hope up until like the 3rd or 4th season, you know, like for their character to get in. Like they know that there's still the super popular tier characters that need to get pushed out of the way before they get to their own like personal favorites.
So picture this: they're in the meeting board, and they're telling the boss, "Okay, so who releasing for season 2?" And they're like, "Obviously, all these characters." And then they not putting all those characters.
Well, I mean, like I would be a jerk about it. If I were in the seat to choose the characters, I would choose 3 of the most popular, and then 3 that would really be unique to the game, and I would do that for 3 seasons, like so that there's always like that like really big name to look forward to in a whole pack to buy.
To not give everything. I think they could give us everything, given that there's so many, dude.
Yeah, there are. And like how we were making a joke earlier, like we could do season 2 is Lucilius, then season 3 is Lucio,
all the evil.
Season 4 is Lucifer.
All the L's.
Because you can't have you can't have them all, right? All together, so you gotta separate.
Yeah. Correct. At least to incite you to get that season. No, this is the season pass you wanna have.
Yeah, this is the like right now. The rest could be like there's so many popular ones. There's so many. Like it's like trying to pick a bad person in top 64 of a major Street Fighter tournament. These guys have been playing for so many years that there's just so many names that are known that could beat each other. Yeah. In popularity is mainly what I'm comparing it to.
It's when it comes to like a gacha. Oh no. You stupid, it's a gacha, you don't know nothing. But I think they should. I think they should keep the ball rolling with how fast they're releasing, and couple of weeks from each other, just how they did. Just keep it like that, man. Obviously, people are buying it. People are buying the stages. People are buying this color. Release more colors. I want to see that more. I want to see
colors
more
and stages are the easiest thing that can make them money while there's like a downtime.
And give me music. Give me OSTs,
music,
bro.
Well, they're gonna release the CD, but like I'm saying, like
no,
music in here,
like
music in here. Just keep it random and as an option in the main menus. Options instead of having to choose it every time you go into a room or a lobby or
like how they did with BlazBlue Cross-Tag.
Yeah, just make it a jukebox. Have that shit going. Keep it going. Keep it random.
You can feel the power all the time.
Zelkova just changed into you, by the way.
Oh my god.
She's in the way, and she changed into your character.
Bunny girl.
Sorry, yeah. I have to. She's part of the crew now.
There you go. Hey, oh, what the fuck? I wrote dragons. Dragons? There you go.
So yeah, I don't know what else to say. What else were we talking?
No, I think we mentioned what we're looking forward to in the patch, what we potentially look into the patch, and how we want them to release it.
Yeah. So yeah, guys.
That's pretty much it.
Thanks for listening in. This we're probably not gonna try to have extensive talks while we still have this issue with the internet.
Because we want to talk to you guys live, you know?
Yeah, so the live part isn't gonna happen, and the talking extensively isn't gonna happen. So it'll probably just be one short topic every time because David and I tend to ramble.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So hopefully we're gonna see soon. Hopefully the internet gets better, and hopefully you guys like this. Let us know.
I mean, the thing is, like, we could be testing it here, but as soon as we start streaming it live, that's when the real test happens. That's when it decides to go. Can't, too much power.
I'm gonna be a jerk to this.
So what do we got? What do we want to talk about soon, though? We got Mortal Kombat news. We got Evo news that's hot this week.
I'll see if it comes
Ultra
out,
Instinct.
though.
Goku.
I'll see what Mortal Kombat brings.
Games we don't play about anymore. We're gonna switch the channel up into a For Honor channel.
Ooh.
No, don't do that. That's the whole game.
No, I'm definitely gonna dive in a little bit more into the Mortal Kombat thing. I want to see how the aftermath, what it's bringing, because I want to see in terms of the price, in terms of the content, and how people react to it. You know?
Yeah, because people were so strangely negative when that game first came out. We never really talked about it, so we probably have a lot to say.
Yeah.
About how it was before, because to be honest, like if I actually enjoyed playing that fighting system in that game, I would still be playing it because the internet's good and they offer a lot for a fighting game in this day and age, because we're kind of not evolving in fighting games like other game genres are when it comes to offering stuff to their community. So
that could be the next thing. Yeah, we can definitely talk. Maybe talk about how online infrastructure of the fighting games are Neanderthal.
Someone just died in front of you. Oh, she's good.
No. Okay, good.
Oh, she's dying again. I think she can somehow hear us and thinks we're boring. All right. So later, guys, as you can see in this lobby, there are a lot of people with win streaks that David and I gotta handle. Oh, right, I almost forgot. We do the traditional run around to see who has the best name to close this out. I'm running, David.
I gotta walk slowly because I have a drink on me.
Oh yeah, you take the other side this time. You keep taking the same side I do. Not Holy Cost. Dr. Butler.
Space Pancake.
Space Pancake. That sounds dangerous. Oh, Fairy Pits. That's a winner for me.
Count. No, I'm not gonna say it.
What? Count
really?
what? How? I'm not in your screen.
Count Blackula.
Oh, Count Blackula? I mean, that's actually a movie. Blackula.
Oh, really?
It's a black exploitation film. Blackula. An acceptable name. I'm going with Fairy Pits. Fairy Pits, that's the way to go. Or a space pancake.
We know we're not judging the Pits lovers, so.
Yeah. Fairy Pits.
Let us know which one wins between space pancake or Fairy Pits, please.
Alright, guys. Have a good one.
Take
Peace.
care.